think you have a ferry here?
I think so, yes. Because people, they go to the bottom and they take a camel up.
Yeah.
And then the ferry comes back. This is the Monastery of St. Simeon. It was built in the 7th century. It's a Christian church. And then it was rebuilt in the year 1000. Now we're really in the desert. And here's the desert. There's a wild dog there. The entrance is down there. Actually, I thought this place would be empty. There's some tourists with camels. They came down from the bottom. So I think that's how I'll get to my hotel. I'll probably just go by ferry with them. I'm really in the desert now. I slept in the car for like an hour, so I slept 2 hours after I came back from the Yazar's house. So I'm feeling alright actually. It's good. I slept in the car, got an hour nap. But I need definitely to call this a day after this. Rest, get my things sorted, and tomorrow morning I'll leave. There's a church inside here. So here's the monastery. I paid 20 Egyptian pounds for the student price, which is pretty nice. It's like $1.50. Unbelievable. I didn't expect it to be this big. I thought it was just the walls. Even my tour guide didn't. No, my taxi didn't even know this place existed. Unbelievable. These are 1400-year-old walls. Look at that. That is so cool. See the bird up top there? Take the steps here. I'm gonna balance twist my ankle within these 4 months. Look at that. You can see the desert, beautiful. I can imagine the monks walking through here every morning and afternoon, seeing the view of Aswan on the left. Nowhere in the world you can find places like this, that like in such a common recurrence. The Coptics from up lower Egypt, they came here to spread Christianity to the Nubians, which is where we are right now. I'm no longer in Egypt, I'm in Nubia. It's part of the Egyptian country, but it was known as Nubia at the time. Oh, you can still see the colors. Let's see if we can find a cross. I see Arabic, but that could also be the Coptic language because I don't know how the letters look like. Very cool. See up there the complex. So quiet, really nice. got here before the tourists got on their got dropped off the camels. Wow, I just realized look at the roof. Wow. Going up the stairs, I'm going downstairs, now going up the sideways stairs. Well, I'm excited for this. I was wondering where those tourists walked up to. I'm like hearing their voices up in the air. Probably will be wearing my hat. Wow, it's even more up here. There's the desert there. Cairo. So much stuff to see. Here's the complex here. Arches as well. And then the Nubian desert. And then you can see Aswan there. Such a beautiful sight.
Of course, we don't need that much. They
They had very
strict light, so they should be that thing.
Wow.
Because of the mud brick and because of the dough, it's like.
Yes, this is built by sandstone, by the way. I totally forgot to mention that. And mud brick. Wow. This is where they would house the monks. They would sleep in these rooms. 10, 15 at a time. They would just have a row of beds. So at one point it reached 1,000. See. Beautiful before. Very scary, honestly. Look at that, very nice. That's been the church. Time to head back down. He dropped me off with all my stuff. I implored, you know, because my hotel's like right over there, and it's such a weird, odd spot to be, you know, carrying all my stuff, but whatever. Right? Camels go down through the desert to make it look cooler, but I'm just taking the fast way down. They said 20 minutes, this is like a 5-minute walk.
And the city again, she come from Spanish.
They built in 1950s, yes. See if we can spot some alligators. Because I wanted to see the monastery. And I saw some boats, so I said maybe I'll just take the boat. It's faster. Actually, it wasn't that bad of an idea. It was sketchy at first, but I'm happy I went through this way instead of all the way around through the dam. It's a lot more different than Nile here. Transported by boat with all my bags. Bags I had in Copenhagen and London, everything. Poland. It's the hottest Coke I ever drank. It's like tea. So this is the Baba Dool. I booked it for 3 nights. Could go back there. Here's the house. It's like very traditional Nubian. It's actually, if you go to the Nubian village, this is how it looks like. Very nice. Look at the colors. And then this is the view I get. Boat dropped me off right here. I don't know if I recorded it because it was so hot. The beautiful sand dunes here. Baba Dool has very good reviews on booking.com. Has a 9 as well. I've been in non-stop 9s for a while. See the hats, the baskets here. Very nice. I love the blue. Here's the terrace. This is my favorite part. Actually, maybe swimming is my favorite part, but still. Really nice. The walk is like from 15 minutes here to the ferry. Pay 5 Egyptian pounds, you're right in the center of the city. And then up here, it's also cool. You have the shaded spot with old style roof. Different world. So I'm closer to Sudan than Luxor. Way closer to Sudan than Cairo. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. The bathroom is alone also, but outside.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
no one share with you in this
Yes.
in bathroom.
And this is a single bed? One bed?
Oh, a 2 bed also.
Two
here.
bed? Okay.
And this also 2 bed. Yeah.
Very good.
To
Air
be-
conditioning is here?
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
good.
Yeah. You can use air condition. And this is this. You can use this. This is the key.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is my lunch or brunch. Rice, chicken, I think, what is it? It was like some kind of beans, mixed salad, soup, and look at this bread. Wow. Looks like it's gonna be good. It's around 150, so not too bad. Like $10, $11. I gotta watch out for these telephone wires because they're really low. So I feel a lot. See Baba Doodles right there. Some tourists have problems with directions. I'm not even looking at the map. Public ferry should be 5 Egyptian, but we'll see. See if there is one. Very peaceful. Alright, so the next clip will be at the ferry. Then I'm meeting the guy at the cafe and we're heading off to Philae Temple. The 5, yeah?
Put it in the box.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes? Okay. Wow, what a big church.
Yeah. The biggest one in Aswan.
Oh yeah. Aswan is better than Cairo, less cars on the street. Not that busy.
Not so busy in Aswan. It's good.
Yes, yes.
Cairo.
How much here? 2 million? 1 million?
I think 1 million.
1 million half. Luxor is bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Smaller, okay, yeah. Aswan's bigger, right? So this is the small dam. It's the British dam. They built this before the war here. And then the big dam built by the Russians is further up. British used to occupy this territory, so they built this here. There's Aswan.
You can see from here, like that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you can see it like that.
Very beautiful. Aswan University is on the left here. Oh, very cool. My university looks very different. Yeah, I see. Lake Nasser over there. It's one of the biggest artificial lakes in the world. Goes all the way to Abu Simbel, 3 hours south from here, the Sudanese border. Sudan is building a dam Ethiopia is building a dam right now on their Nile, and they're worried, Egyptians, that this Lake Nasser will dry up because of it. Huge. It's like an ocean. Aswan High Dam here. This thing is giant. It goes around 5-6 kilometers. There's the Soviet friendship monument with Egypt. It goes 5 kilometers like this.
And this a port from Egypt and Sudan. All right.
Yes? Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Oh, I see it.
For the big boat.
They go down Lake Nasser to Sudan?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
لا لسه انت مطول ماشي. الفيزا اللي معاك دي فيها 20,000.
الفيزا اللي معايا
خلص لما هنخلص الريد ده كده لو عرفت تكلمني ان عليها على طول.
طب انت
بالله
ممكن تروح تعمل ايداع في حسابي، في رقم حسابي. تمام. واول ما اجيب لك لو عايز تعمل.
Yes. Yes. There's lots of stuff. They started in 1961, I believe, and the Russians. This is all the Russian built. Very cool. Okay, I think next stop is we're going up there. So Ahmed told me that they also sell electricity. Not only that, it goes to all of Egypt, 100 million people. It also goes to Israel, Jordan, and maybe Kuwait. Maybe Kuwait. That is crazy. I can't believe that big of a dam produces for so many countries, and they sell it. Soviet-Egyptian friendship. The monument's here. It was built in 1970. You see Lenin here. Lenin, yeah? Wow. That's how it looks on the inside. Russian hammer and sickle. And because Russia was obviously back then the Soviet Union. And then there's the Egyptian eagle that symbolizes friendship. Can't believe it. Here, close to Sudan. I'm closer to Sudan than Luxor. And you can see Russian here, Russian influence, and then Arabic on the right. Unbelievable. Shukran. Oh yeah. Shukran. Wow. See the dam here. Yeah, he hasn't been here in a year, so he's gonna take a photo. You can see the temple from 6th century BC over here. Now when the lake nuts... Yes, Karaksha? Karaksha Temple. So that's the temple right there. They're from 6th century BC. Same with the Philae Temple and the one in Abu Simbel 3 hours from here. They had to move it physically in the 60s. Big excavation. They had to take everything out and move on higher ground before while the lake was filling up. I'll show you pictures on how they used to look when we go. All the way down there is Sudan. and Abu Simbel. It's funny, I knew Yazar through the hotel in Luxor, then he showed me to the guy through his friend, the taxi driver in Luxor, who drove me here, and then his friend knew a friend who lives in Aswan, and then his friend showed me this guy. So I'm through 4 connections of friends just to have a taxi driver that's reliable.
Army, no police here.
Yeah, no. Oh, army, yes. You're right.
Army, yes.
So I think that was built under Khrushchev. The Russian was Khrushchev. After Stalin was Khrushchev, they built this. The Russians. 1961.
I don't know.
Because it's the same year the Cuban Missile Crisis. Khrushchev was in power.
I don't know. I forget all this.
Entrance to the Philae Temple, I paid $100 for a student. And then it's gonna be $200 for the boat. It's definitely, I have to see this site. It's the most important in Aswan, so it's worth it. Now, this Philae Temple was originally on lower ground, and then because of the Nile going up because of the dam, they had to move it block by block all the way to a higher place, very close to the original spot. So you only have the other boat captain. So many boats, wow. The temple's somewhere over there. I touched Lake Nazar, I had to do it once. This is not on the Nile now, this is Lake Nazar, and it's one of the largest lakes in the world, but it's artificial. So. The Great Lakes I know in Canada are so big, so it's not that impressive. There's Philae Temple right there.
Stay here, okay?
Okay. What's going on? Dory, me. This is it. I am now heading to the gem of the Nile River, nestled downstream from the Aswan High Dam, the Philae Temple. In Cairo, we visited many sites from the Old Kingdom, and in Luxor, many sites from the Middle Kingdom and New Kingdom. But now in Aswan, we'll be seeing the Philae Temple from the late period. These historic periods span over 3,000 years, which as you know is pretty dang long. Even though for ancient Egyptian standards, this temple is a little bit newer for the ancient sense, it is still built in the 7th century BC, meaning it was still built around 200 years before the construction of the Parthenon, which is really old as well, and pretty much built before any ancient Greek temple that you could find in Greece to this day. But anyways, the temple was mainly dedicated to the Egyptian goddess of healing, birth, and magic, known as Isis, and also to her husband Osiris and her son Horus. This temple is also one of the last places where the ancient Egyptian religion was practiced up until 550 BC, even after the adoption of Christianity in Egypt. But a really cool fact about this tourist site is that the temple is not in its original location. The temple was originally on Philae Island, but because of the annual flood, the island was underwater at times. And after the construction of the lower dam in the early 1900s, it remained partially submerged. but many years later when the High Dam was planned to be constructed, it would then, when finished, fully submerge the temple under Lake Nazar forever, and be nearly impossible to save. So in 1960, the international organization UNESCO paid and saved many monuments like this temple and other ones like the famous Abu Simbel structure. So they executed their plan and cut nearly 40,000 stones from the temple and planned to move the entire complex to another island at a higher elevation. The temple itself was then moved stone by stone with great care and pretty much reassembled perfectly 550 meters northeast of the original location. And before we get back to the vlog, one more interesting fact about the Philae Temple is that one of the temple's obelisk was removed and is now sitting in a random garden in Dorset, England. So anyways, enjoy the rest of the vlog. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video. So it's 1600 years older than that monastery I was at. One of the oldest churches the oldest church I've ever been to in my life. And this one's 1600 years older. Here are the columns. Unbelievable. Lake Nazar. Now, there's no crocodiles in the Nile, according to my taxi driver, not much. There's only in Lake Nazar. He saw one time he was driving, because he lives in the Nubian part. He said he saw a 7-meter long crocodile, which is like, that's three and a half of me. They have, in the Nubian village, they have crocodiles sitting in wells really deep, and they throw meat at it with the cage. It's really funny. So I might swim in the Nile. He told me it was safe, the taxi driver. Canada. Yes, Canada dry. Yes. Horus, yes.
Yes, it's small.
God of the sky. You see here, this is, oh sorry, this is the temple for the goddess Isis that you can see here. And then Horus is on the right. Alright, time to head in. Yes. Oh, no thank you, no thank you. Oh, no thank you. I don't have change on me. I only have big bills, so I don't want to pay too much for a photo.
Del suo ricatto. E il nome di Isis sta scritto. Isis significa il trono. E quando oro sentato.
And then Horus is here. The gods switch in many forms to the bird, or half human, half bird, or just human. The Coptics came here and converted it into a church as well, in the 7th century period as well. And I'm hoping to find any Coptic imagery. Look, a cat. Meow. Very skinny, but anyways. Oh, my glasses. They probably chiseled some crosses. I saw some images on Google, so I'm hoping to look for that. Oh, there's Horus, Amura. Unbelievable, they hauled all this snow in the 60s. Placed all the blocks together. Here are the columns. This was built during the 26th dynasty. And you remember that the New Kingdom is 19-ish dynasty. Unbelievable. Very good day today. The weather's awesome. 38 is no biggie. It's not even 38 yet, it's 35. See, when the Christians came, they were defacing a lot of the gods here. See, they're chiseling it out. But when the Romans came, there was no need because the Christians were prosecuted, so they didn't care about this religion because it's not practiced much anymore. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, it looks a little bit different. Well, this is the Temple of Augustus, the Roman emperor during the time of 100 BC-ish. Here are the Corinthian columns here. Can you believe it? People from Rome, all the way from Italy, they're all the way in Aswan here building temples for their Roman emperors. Here's the red granite that's super famous in Aswan. Locally, all the places in Egypt and in Cairo and Luxor, they have them too. Here, Temple of Augustus, who reigned in Egypt from 30 BC to 14 AD, during the time of Jesus. It's one of the first structures that the Romans built in the eastern provinces in classical architectural style. Yes, the Corinthian columns are actually not too identical to the ones in Rome, but so my GoPro's overheating a tiny bit because I'm recording a lot. But this is the temple. Over there is the kiosk and then another temple. This beautiful steps through the Nile. So the Kiosk of Trajan, the elegant structure relies east of the great temple of Isis. It's the most iconic of the Philae Temples. It's a rectangular structure of 14 columns, style built in the early reign of Augustus, the first Roman emperor. It was likely served as a chapel for barrack shrines during the temple possessions, was unfortunately never finished. Only 2 scenes within the temple that were finished are located in the interface southern walls. These scenes show the Roman Emperor Trajan, AD 98 to 117, performing temple rituals, which is why it's known as the Kiosk of Trajan. Wow! Now this is cool. Now the columns here are a little bit different. Some kind of really messed up versions of the Roman columns. I bet they were built by Nubians, but the Romans were overseeing it. Now it's all hieroglyphics, but I think this is, they used the blocks from other parts of the temples and they made this. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's it. I have to go back. My glasses broke, so rip me. I'm gonna have to, let's see if I can wear it. I can kind of wear it. Looks terrible though. At least I took the photos. All right, time to go back. After this, I will be heading to the, I'll be dropped off. I would go to the Unfinished Obelisk. Maybe that church, that big church I want to see. I think it's Orthodox. And then, what else? Maybe the Nubia Museum, maybe if I have time. I'll show you some of the street life. I'll do an unrecorded walk through the streets of Aswan. It's actually very nice because the traffic isn't too bad. I could cross no problem. We'll see how bad the hassling is though. Main street of Aswan, they're probably gonna want me to go here, back here again. That's been Philae. It's awesome. So you can see now the original place of the temple, and they moved it, all these heavy stones from a pretty far distance for the heavy stones. Those black little stumps there, that's where the temple used to be. The water used to be lower. And that's where the temple used to be. It used to be just above the water. You could only get here by boat back in the 50s. So I'm a little envious of the people who went here. Yes. Yeah, I'm envious of the people who went here in the 50s and they were at the original location before. I don't even know how this place used to look like before. I'll put some photos now. There's the Kiosk of Trajan right there. I'm gonna have to try to find some glasses in downtown Aswan. Find some good aviators, like the ones I found in Hungary. I'm gonna miss these, they were good. So I got dropped off by the ferry place back there, but the prices for the food is too touristy. So I'm going to this local falafel place here. The unfinished obelisk should be on the right as well. Yeah, I think that's right. I think it's only takeout, so I'll just eat on the side. It'll be nice. I'm gonna get like 3 portions. I didn't eat breakfast. So. Actually, I did eat breakfast. No, I did. Never mind. The one time I did, I ate breakfast. Hello. Hi. Can I get 2 portions? Here I got 2 falafels that has fries, veggies, and falafel inside. And I got a Coke, all for 20 Egyptian pounds. It's a local place and there's TV playing here. Shisha, so time to eat this. We got shisha here for 5 Egyptian pounds. Salam. Yeah. They didn't pass me. They said 5 Egyptian pounds. So I really like this part of town. This a movie playing from the 50s there. I asked what was in it. It's some kind of herb. I don't know. There's no plastic mouthpiece. I don't give a crap. It's fine. 5 Egyptian pounds. Pretty cool. It's definitely stronger than the other one. There's some kind of mattress up there. Oh no. Oops. Orthodox Church of Aswan, the biggest church in Aswan. The Nubia Museum is that way. I think I'll go after the obelisk. Make sure I don't get run over here. There's the museum. I gotta film the guards right now. The paintings.
Nothing here, Jesus' resurrection and ascension. Jesus' ascension today.
Ah.
Today, from after Easter, Jesus' ascension.
Yes, yes.
Today, ascension. Nothing here. 2 lines, symbolic from St. Mark.
Oh, okay.
And this in here from Sunday school, small meeting, small service, wedding here.
Ah.
And upstairs only for Friday and Sunday, big service.
Ah, okay.
And look, it's in here. You are studying here in Egypt?
No, I'm from Canada. I'm visiting. I'm a Christian, so I wanted to see the
Yeah, Catholic or Protestant?
Protestant.
Okay.
Thank you.
This in here, St. Paul and Virgin Mary and Archangel Michael. And the door.
Oh yes.
Beautiful door. And many
Yes.
grapes here.
Yeah, grapes.
Symbolic from bread and wine.
The Coptic cross.
Yeah.
Very nice.
The Coptic cross.
This is the second biggest church in Egypt. The one building in New Cairo that's gonna be giant. It's not done yet.
Where are you come from?
Canada.
Okay, #1.
Yes, thank you. Shukran. It was built in 1995, not 2006. I don't know what the hell I read. But yes, second biggest church in Egypt. It's soon gonna be number 3 because the one in New Cairo is almost done. And the bishop here passed away 6 months ago, and next month they're gonna pick a new bishop. He was here for many years. They have 8 people, priests and 1 bishop. He sat in the middle there. Yeah. I'm gonna head to the Unfinished Obelisk. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say, the guy charged me 5 Egyptian for the shisha and 10 Egyptian for the Coca-Cola. No hassle at all. Like, he was honest. He didn't bring up the price by even a little bit, so I gave him 20 Egyptian for the shisha. Like, it was honest guy, and he refilled everything. I stayed there for 1 hour. So, and the food I got was I think it was 5 Egyptian each. Yes, 5 Egyptian. I paid 10 Egyptian for 4 big loaves of falafel. It wasn't as good as the falafel from the restaurant, but it's tastes damn good when you know it's basically free. Anyways, I think the obelisk is back there, so I'll film when I get to it. Mercedes. I actually enjoyed that I didn't take the taxi to the obelisk. I would film more around the locals, but I don't want to make them feel too uncomfortable because they have a filming here is very unusual, especially in Muslim countries. There's no such thing as like vloggers here and all that. It's kind of rare, so I don't want to make them too uncomfortable. Plus, it makes me uncomfortable if they're uncomfortable. I haven't even checked Google Maps in like 20 minutes. I'm just walking straight. Muslim Mountain Dew. Egyptian Mountain Dew, not Muslim. Salam. Holy guts here. Egyptian eagle there. I love these cars from the 60s. There's so many cars from the 50s and 60s here. Lots of Ladas from Russia, Toyotas like this. I feel bad for this camera lens. I'm gonna go stop it now, show the front here. I'm gonna stop it now so my GoPro doesn't overheat. This is red granite, some of that. Holy crap. Gotta cross now. Hello. Good, yes. So we're at the site of the Unfinished Obelisk. This is the construction they used. What they would do is, like, they have theories on how they made the obelisks, and they really didn't know until they found this, and it helped them figure out what they try to do. Pretty much what they did is cut into the bedrock like this, a rough shape around the bedrock in red granite areas like this. You can see where you could find red granite. Red granite, ancient red granite was found here in Aswan, and then the sandstone where I was at the monastery my first day, it was here. Same with here. But this is where my Baba Dool is right here. This is the ferry I crossed. and all this is ancient granite quarries. And what they would do is they would cut a rough shape around the obelisk right here, and then they would start carving with copper or something with rollers. And a theory on how they would actually lift the thing from the hole is a bunch of pulleys and all that. But the problem is it uses its own weight on the top, and if it's too big, it cracks in the middle and cuts in half. And that's exactly what happened. I'll show you. It's exactly what happened with the obelisk. Here's how they drop it. It's in the Ten Commandments, they depict it with two big ramps, huge ramps, and then they would drop it in.
There is the obelisk of your jubilee.
That's a good theory, but this is also how they people think: an oak log and a blocking stone, and then they would have a 45-degree angle and slide it in, because if it's over, then it snaps in half. And then this is how they would transfer the obelisk over the Nile, and they would bring it all the way from here, Aswan. They will bring it all the way from here up the Nile, all the way to Giza. And remember when I was in the Khufu pyramid? It even says right here. Remember when I was in the Khufu pyramid? That one has one of the most impressive tombs, of 70-ton granite blocks for the tomb of Khufu, and those were from here as well, from these quarries. So it was a 4-hour drive to Luxor, and it was 11-hour train, blah blah blah, but it was pretty much like straight. Like I took a highway like this straight. Like actually driving through the Nile is like 7 hours to Luxor, and then like 15-16 hours to Cairo, like really far. So the fact that they transported all this red granite so far to the pyramids to make tombs, and also the red granite to make the obelisks, is incredible. So anyways, I'm gonna go take a look here. So these are the quarry sites. They would have a lot of workers here carving lots of obelisks. There's so many in Europe I can't name. Like Cleopatra's is in London. I don't think I even saw that one. Ramses II is the one I saw in St. Peter's in what is it? In Italy, in Rome. See the red granite here? This obelisk you're about to see is 3,400 years old, and it would have been the biggest obelisk ever built. Obviously the Washington Monument's bigger, but like the biggest ancient Egyptian. The Obama Monument, don't get me started. Now, you could believe how hard it is to transport all these to the Nile, because the Nile's not too close here. And without the invention of the wheel yet, I don't know how they did it. I really don't. They only have theories and they guess. They found all the tools of the workers here. Now they're in museums, but still not enough explanation. They barely have an explanation for the Roman stuff. 3,400, 1,400 years before that, it's even harder to guess. Oh, so here's the obelisk. You can see how huge it is. Wow. Now you can see the crack. Initially had one crack. I don't know what there's a second one. There's only supposed to be one from what I read online. So here's the obelisk. Unbelievable. Dog there. You can see the city here, the beautiful Aswan. One of the best cities I went to in the world, really. But I do enjoy traveling virtually everywhere, so. A few tourists from Philae brought their child, and it's a little bit too hot for her, and she was flipping freaking out. She hated it. I can't imagine how boring it would be if you don't know the history. I don't know how wide it is here, but that thing is huge. You can see how they cut into the bedrock. See? Originally it was just all flat, and they'll find a good spot to cut, and they would cut it. And they were overly ambitious here, obviously. The monster going off right now. It's coming from over there. This is the way back. Pretty much on the left here is the Nile and the crossing I have to get to my Dool. Very nice. All the people are nice here. They gave me directions without asking for money, and they all say hi. Actually, it's much more different than Cairo. They all say hi, even the older guys. Really nice. So I'm gonna take a swim at the Nile. Unlock it. It's the same locks, just like in Poland. See, same locks. It's old-fashioned ones. Make you do this. There we go. Very good. Now it's around 6:30. Sun's going down, so I gotta go swimming soon. Very nice. Better go swimming. See, I got everything. Put my towel near my phone here. Here. It's the Nile. She said there's no crocodiles here. The hotel owner, so should probably got that recording just in case of a lawsuit. Okay. You can sit up here. There's only one beach here in Aswan, and it's over there. It's by the churches. Kirk Has, one of my favorite vloggers, he went there. And he also stayed in the Dool. I actually booked the Dool 5 days before I saw his vlog in Aswan, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna relax here a little bit tonight. Let's see if the bugs aren't too strong, watch some movies. The Wi-Fi modem's actually outside, so I'm just gonna chill up there. Sun's gone. That's it. Oh yeah. Finally did it. A crocodile could have eaten me. I somehow survived. Okay, time for a shower. Be right back. I took my shower. I cleaned off. I spent like 15 minutes showering. I'm just here to watch the sunset. I'm standing so far back because my phone is charging. There's the moon right there. The place running, the person running this place, she's a local legend. Everyone knows her name. I forgot the name because it's complicated, but she's like a older Nubian woman who just runs this place by herself with her kids. And everyone knows her name. The guys with the boats and a few of my taxi drivers, they know her name. Dool is really popular here, and it's one of the cheapest places. I think I spent $67 for 4 nights, so I think it's a good price. Anyways, I'm gonna watch the sunset now. My phone is charging, and yeah, I'm gonna get my dinner around 9 o'clock. It's $150 for dinner, but it's delivered to me, and it's actually pretty big portions with everything, so I don't care. But yeah, that's been Aswan. I really enjoyed it. Let's hope I don't wake up with my testicles gone tomorrow morning from the sweat.